time tonight.
Hi, this is Jake and his mother. We're here to do the interview because I don't know many people in middle adulthood. Mom, how old are you?
I'm 47.
47. So you mean 43. Yes, I'm going to reuse the same jokes between takes.
Alright, sounds good.
So are there any visible signs of aging that you are seeing in your time of life? Hearing loss is experienced by about 14% of midlife adults.
I did experience some mild ear trauma at a concert, but have regained my full hearing. However, I do have massive amounts of gray hair, as you can see right here.
Well, I guess that is a physical sign of aging. You're not wrong there.
I know.
Does our family have any hereditary heart problems, cancer, hypertension, diabetes, and are you aware of the signs and symptoms of these health problems?
Yes, I'm aware of the signs and symptoms of these health problems. The very, very rampant disease in our family is cancer of various kinds.
I can't wait to get it.
You're not going to get it, or at least hopefully you're not. I should not get breast cancer because I do not have the breast cancer gene, which my mother did have and passed away of cancer.
Are there any other types of cancer that may affect your life through lifestyle habits?
Why, yes. I smoke way too much so I could end up with lung cancer. And I probably drink too much so I could end up with liver cancer. So,
That
or
wasn't
liver
an attack
failure.
I was going for, but
I know you weren't attacking. I'm being honest. I'm trying to be honest on the homework here.
yeah, it is good enough. Since entering this stage of life, have you noticed any cognitive or intellectual decline in your decision making or remembering things? A lot of middle life adults will often find themselves enrolling in school to sharpen their skills in their workplace or pursue interests that have been previously neglected.
As far as forgetting things or anything like that, I don't think I have that, but I did enroll in college and finish college in my middle adulthood, or just prior to my middle adulthood.
I'm on my way there.
It made me feel good to know that I could still learn new things, and I did I forgot, that reminds me, I took an illustrator class to learn enough to be dangerous to help in my job without having to outsource certain projects.
So that's you trying to advance your work life. I like that. How have your relationships changed with others since entering into this stage of life? Be it your spouse, significant other, parent, children, coworkers, neighbors.
Oh, now that
There's a whole list of people
there was a draw there.
I just kept going for waiting you to pick up on one of them.
I'd go with the neighbors slash used to be best friend. Whereas when I was younger, put up with way too much of her BS, and I've decided at this stage in my life, I don't have time for that. I don't not speak to the person, but I do not let them rely on me or run my life anymore.
It's good to know. Excuse me, sorry. I'm glad that you have figured out that this person's not the greatest. This may or may not be a talking point that we have.
No, it is.
What is your career at this time? Are you comfortable with it? Why or why not? Do you want to advance or change in your career? Why or why not?
My current career, it's kind of hard to explain, but I am the operations manager at a promotional marketing company. Where we vary from regular promotional marketing companies is we actually warehouse for various customers, manage online websites. I'm very comfortable with where I'm at because I have been an integral part of growing our business of 3 to a business of 8. We have 9 websites, and I manage a huge warehouse, a warehouse guy, and I have an assistant. So, other than non-productivity on my assistant's part as of late, I like my job. I like what I'm doing. I've pretty much been in warehouse and distribution my whole life of one type of product or another. So, also in these times right now with COVID-19, we're doing not nearly as much promotional marketing, but we've found ways to be problem solvers and help get masks and hand sanitizers and things into the hands of people we would normally sell pens and t-shirts, but so that they can feel comfortable when they go back to their office.
Yeah, that's nice. So are you happy? Do you want to continue up in the company? Is there any upway for you, or are you just warehouse woman for the rest of your life?
There might be some upward movement. My bosses, they're getting up there, and I know they kind of want to retire, but I don't know that I would be necessarily in the position to take over the company. However, if they stepped back, I could have more supervisory type roles.
Yeah.
Whereas on the accounting and the ordering side, whereas probably he would need Bill to step up into the sales side. So I would take over kind of for the owner's wife, and Bill might take over for the owner. But we have a really good team. We work really well together for the most part. So, as far as upward movement, not necessarily, but the more we grow the business, the more there is in profit sharing and benefits and things like that.
Makes sense. So we've already hammered on your lifestyle choices a little bit. Are there any other choices from your past that you might change, like cutting back on the smoking, or just not smoking at all?
Oh, if I could go back, I would never ever have smoked a cigarette in my life, and I did not even have one until I was 20 years old. I made it all the way through high school without a drink or a cigarette, and then I got in with the wrong crowd, the restaurant crowd. They're a rough bunch. They smoke, they drink, they party. Yeah. Watch out, young folks, if you're working in the restaurant.
That's why I sold my soul to retail.
Mm-hmm. They're not much better, but restaurants pretty bad.
Do you predict you will, or have you experienced a midlife crisis? According to Erickson, middle life.
I love
adult,
Erickson.
I know that's why I pulled this one.
I love Erickson
because I know you like Erickson. Middle adults face the crisis of generativity versus stagnation. This involves looking at one's life, asking the questions: am I doing anything worthwhile? Is there anyone going to know that I was here? What am I contributing to others? If not, a feeling of being stuck or stagnation may result.
Well, I think I've taken a big step. If that's what Erickson, wants to say about a midlife crisis. Speaking of that, I was very much in love with the social sciences, but did not want to, at age 40, spend 5 or 6 more years and millions of dollars to get a social work degree. But do love the Erickson. But anyway, I think I have recently made some changes to my life, and a lot of that was spurred with the recent passing of my mother. But she said something very poetic in her obituary that she wrote herself: "No flowers feed the poor." And I had been kind of looking for something to do to make a difference, and I have started working with a couple groups here in our area. Kansas City is made up of multiple counties. We live on the Kansas side. There's the Missouri side. However, there's multiple groups that have formed on Facebook, and they call themselves Free Hot Soup. And the reason why they call themselves that is because they got in trouble with the health department in Kansas City, Missouri, because they were feeding people in the park without a permit. I'm trying to think. So anyway, so now it is referred to that. They refer to it as picnics in the park. But I have, much to my family's dismay, because I've kind of overextended myself right now, but I have been 2 to 3 times a week making things, donating things, bringing food to groups that, since we're in the COVID, they normally would have a picnic at the park and everyone eats together. However, they get a small group together and they package it and they send it not just with homeless, food insecure. They don't turn anybody away. I mean, you could show up in a Cadillac. Oh, wait a minute. I'd show up to volunteer in a Cadillac. Anyway, but they don't.
Subtle flex right there.
I know. They don't. Well, that was the other thing. That car might have been my midlife crisis, son. I don't know. Because I didn't want to spend that much money, and my husband was like, "You like it? We're getting it." So maybe that was my midlife crisis. I don't know.
Or it was Joe just trying to get you to get a car that would,
Yeah.
last for the next couple of years.
Yeah, that or, just didn't want me to drive a piece of crap. But anyway, so I've started donating and volunteering, and so even if it's only a few people in my family and a few people at Free Hot Soup, somebody's gonna know what I did when I was gone. And I'm also caring for my aging stepdad since my mother passed, and his biological son lives down in Texas, and he has told me we went through some adversity as a child, and he has told me that I was amazing. He's so impressed with how I took my childhood that was crappy and turned it around. I have 2 great kids. I have a good job. I have a husband.
Is a subjective term.
Well, you're great in my eyes. But anyway, so, sure, there's a lot of things in my life I might have done different, but pretty damn happy where we're at.
Well, I thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, son, and I will look forward to seeing you at the dinner table.
What's for dinner?
Lasagna and General's chicken.
Oh, cool. Nice.